I used to think betrayal would be loud, screaming, fists, broken furniture. Turns out it's quiet. It was a Tuesday. I came home early because the meeting got canceled. I remember noticing the porch light was on even though it was still daylight. That detail stuck with me for some reason. Inside, there were 2 mugs on the counter. One of them wasn't mine. I heard the shower running upstairs, then laughter. Not playful, intimate, the kind you don't fake. When I opened the bedroom door, my best man, my cousin Aaron, was standing there pulling on his jeans. My fiancé, Lila, sat on the edge of the bed wrapped in a sheet, staring at her hands like they'd betrayed her too. Aaron said my name like it was an accident. Lila said nothing. I didn't hit him, didn't shout. I just nodded once and walked back out, leaving my keys on the table like I wouldn't need them anymore. For months afterward, everyone kept telling me how strong I was, how mature. What they really meant was convenient. I didn't make things messy. Aaron had always been the favorite, older by a year, louder by a mile. The guy who forgot birthdays but somehow never faced consequences. My aunt cried when I told her. My uncle said, "People make mistakes." Funny how mistakes always belong to someone else. I left town 2 weeks later, took a contract job 3 hours away, rented a studio with cracked windows and learned how to eat dinner alone without checking my phone. That's where I met Claire. She worked nights at a bookstore cafe near my apartment. She remembered my order after the second visit and asked me what I was reading. Not in a polite way, but like she actually cared. She didn't rush me, didn't pry. She just existed beside me until I remembered how to exist too. When I finally told her everything, I expected questions. Rage, sympathy. She just said, "That shouldn't have happened to you." And somehow, that was enough. A year later, I proposed in the same bookstore after closing. No crowd, no audience, just us and a ring I'd picked because it looked like something she'd wear while reading. When my family found out, the messages started rolling in. Carefully worded, soft, apologetic without admitting fault. Then my aunt called. "We'd like to pay for the wedding," she said. Pause. "But Aaron should be there for closure." I looked at Claire. She didn't speak. She never tried to steer me. So I said yes. What they didn't know was that Claire and Aaron had crossed paths before. She'd once told me about a guy from her old internship, someone who kept running into her, someone who didn't hear no until it was said in front of witnesses. She'd never told me his name, until I saw an old group photo on her laptop. Aaron was smiling right at the camera. I didn't confront him, I didn't warn anyone, I just made sure the truth had a microphone. On the wedding day, everything was perfect. White chairs, summer air, the kind of happiness that feels earned. Aaron sat in the front row, arms crossed, smirk ready, like he was about to be forgiven just for showing up. Then Claire walked down the aisle. I watched his face fall apart piece by piece. He stood up too fast, chair scraping loudly. "You've got to be kidding me," he said. The music stopped. I stepped forward before anyone else could react. "This man," I said calmly, "slept with my fiancé a year ago. My family told me to get over it." I turned to him. "What they didn't know," I continued, "is that the woman I'm marrying today already said no to you once. Repeatedly. You didn't listen then either." Claire met his eyes and said, steady and clear, "I never chose you." Security escorted him out. My aunt followed, crying. My uncle wouldn't look at me. The ceremony resumed. No drama, no applause, just truth settling into its place. Later that night, Claire squeezed my hand and whispered, "Thank you for letting me walk forward anyway." I smiled. Some people come to weddings to heal old wounds. Others come to watch consequences arrive on time. And for the first time in a long time, I slept peacefully.